foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and double honor to those who get millstone. So I say to all y'all come on hoes and bowers being to the marriage. So like on the last video, when I kept pausing, it was that I was thinking of an example, or a way to like compare it, like how it talks about the chariots. I was trying to think of something. You got many movies, Independence Day, or Men in Black, you try to compare it to the scriptures, that's what I was trying to do with the last scripture I was reading. Try to compare, something, you know, because everything is spiritual, everything you can compare with one another. But I want to get Matthew's chapter 24, verse 6. Ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Um, we got hear wars and rumors of wars, we're not, everybody, you got trade wars, you got Russia testing out missiles, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There's gonna be people fighting each other from all sides, from each, from kingdom from a kingdom, and it's getting, it's we're in World War III, but the only time they're gonna call it that is when it's at the end of it, and we're there, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. There's gonna be famine and pestilence. You got Venezuela. I heard Colombia is gonna be affected by this. By these famines. You got pestilence, like diseases. Earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. We got dead animals washing up on the beaches. Fall from the sky. The sky turning red. All these different types of colors. You got the moon turning red. There's gonna be I'm gonna get. That's in a different scripture. Then shall I deliver you up to the beast afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. We're gonna be brought to prisons, or to be by these guillotines. You know, it shows you that in I think the first Purge, as one of the Purge movies. They have a guillotine. You know, the symbolism what's coming to America. And then shall be many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another, and many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. I'm gonna get down to Matthew 24 verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened. The sun's gonna be darkened. The eclipse is when the moon blocks the sun. Well, I think the sun, yeah. So when the moon blocks the sun, and and that's what Esau's trying to do, is block the sun, because he can't take the heat. Bill Gates, he's trying to fund a project on how to block the sun. It's like, it's not gonna come to, it's not gonna, but he's trying to disrupt the prophet. He's trying to mess up, on the prophecy. He thinks if one prophecy won't happen, he thinks the Lord's not gonna come back. And that's not true, because the pro, that they speaking out loud. They'll tear away for it, because it'll surely come. Esau's not gonna be able to cover the sun. I don't know. And they said the sun is much bigger than the earth itself. And it's like massive. Like, what are you gonna do? Esau just run out of time. Also, another reason, Bill Gates' excuse was it's getting hotter. The Earth's UAV rays are getting hotter and heating up, because there's a, let's say, a pest. When you have a rodent in your house, what you do is make traps. And that's what the world is doing, is trying to get rid of Esau, because Esau's fucking everything up. It's getting tired of it. Though everything is living. The spirit of the Lord is on everything. All through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You know, the Immediately after tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the power of the heaven shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Then all tribes, The earth mourn, they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. He shall send his angel with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather, gather together his elect from the four winds, from the end of heaven to the other. So the elect, they're not only in America, but they're in Australia, they're in China, they're in all Europe, they're all across the world, in Africa, So they're not only in America, but they're all four corners of the earth. That's what it means. He'll gather He's gonna gather elect, and the elect are from all the tribes, 12 tribes. That's why Abraham, that blessing, he will be blessed in all nations. Does not mean all nations are gonna be blessed, but his seed is gonna be in all nations. But people don't understand that. They think all nations could be part of it, and it's like it's not gonna go down like that. But that day and hour knows no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. No one knows. Not Yahweh Shai, not the angels, not us. Just Yahweh, the Most High, the Father, His Father, you know. But as days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And in the days of Noah were, they were eating and drinking, giving into marriage. They were banging on the ark. Um, they were banging on the ark, and they were trying to get into the last minute, and they couldn't get there. But as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying. And that's what's happening now. No one's listening. No one cares. And the most day of the Lord is near upon us. Just eating and drinking and giving into marriage, and it's like till the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And then shall two be in the field, one shall be taken, the other left. And it's talking about the elect and 2/3. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, one shall be taken, the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. And the house had to watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. He would not have, if he was watching at the signs, you would know that, that the Lord is he's coming back soon. And you would also know, you watch at the signs, he's not gonna tell you, but if you look at these signs of when he's gonna come, well, we don't know exactly the day or hour or year, but we're near, we're close, like it could be this year, next, you don't know, but the signs we're close. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man cometh. No one knows, but the signs are there. I heard there's a cyber attack that's about to happen. I mean, there is supposed to be a cyber attack. I don't know. They said America says vulnerable since the government shut down all these lies. You know, but I want to get more. I'm gonna get another scripture. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. For then shall be a great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, and there should be no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And then if any man say unto you, lo, here is Yahweh Shai, or there believe it not, for there shall rise false Mashiachs and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. So Esau, I heard Project Bluebeam is like a hologram. Esau's Esau I heard is gonna try to make a rapture happen in 6 months, or like some type of great signs in the heavens. And I bet that's gonna keep people off guard and gonna bust down people's doors and bring them to FEMA. You don't know. Esau's gonna use distractions, to get to you. You know, so they're gonna shoot great signs and wonders. There was just somebody in the church. I was watching. He was flying through the air. The dude was using. But that's not even from the Most High. This is probably from the left hand side. since he's under the 5C3 tax, he's flying through the sky. It's like, you know, it's his false prophet and shoot great signs and wonders. Great signs and wonders. Esau trying to make a hologram. What else? Trying to make he's trying to make a rap. He's trying to make the chariot. He's trying to mimic the hologram. Just just something fake. It's a facade. Great signs and wonders. I watched the video on the hologram. They had a whale in the Shalaki. They had a whale inside of a gym room, but it wasn't. And they had a fake ocean. It's like appeared out of nowhere. It looked real, but it wasn't. So Esau can do things. He got this technology. He can try to deceive people. It will be possible if they show this. It's not gonna be possible to deceive the elect, because they're gonna know if it's Yahweh Shai. But but that's it on that. I think. But but yeah, we're almost there. America's about to destroy. Hold up. I'm gonna get one more scripture. Revelation chapter 18, verse 16, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. America is known as the scarlet. That had all this type of jewelry, all this money, all this fanciness, and all this for 1 hour. You know, these giant skyscrapers. All these Esau was building these for years, 24. You never know. And for in 1 hour, just 1 hour, for certain great riches come to naught. Everything's just gonna melt. Everything just go down. It's like all this for nothing. Just like a sand castle. Someone just accidentally kick it. You put all your work into that sand castle on the beach. Someone just walks by and kicks it. Like, what are you gonna do? You can't do nothing about it. All that work you put in. It's Esau. He thinks, he's a fool. For 1 hour, so great riches come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company of ships and sailors, for as many as trade by sea, stood afar off. They created Aeropostale, they created Polo, Louis Vuitton, Versace, Gucci. All these Italian, Europeans, these. They think they're gonna be crying because all their money. Jake buy that stuff. Them belts and fancy clothes. Esau, he doesn't know how to dress. He dressed like it. It's just ridiculous what they doing with it. But they cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, "What city is like unto this great city?" So all they made money off this. All these nice clothing lines, sneakers, Timberlands, Nike. I mean, Nike, I think is in America, but that's not me. But the point is, they're gonna be crying. They're gonna be upset because they're not gonna be making a lot more money anymore. You know, Jake usually buy that stuff. No more Polo. But no more selling their Polo, their Gucci, their Ray Bans. No, no, it's gonna be down, melted. Everything's gonna go down to the ground. You know, these all gonna be wailing, and the other, especially the other nations too. China, they made, clothing lines. Made in China, made in, But yeah, that's it on that. So I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and double honor to Yahweh's great Milson, and salutations to all y'all came out of the body, being to the marriage. Till next time, I say shalom.